We will start from verse 204 of Surah Al-Baqarah, which says, "And among the people is he whose speech pleases you in worldly life, and he calls Allah to witness as to what is in his heart, yet he is the fiercest of opponents." Here. This is a completely new topic, entirely different from the topic of Hajj that we were discussing. There are two opinions regarding the reason for the revelation of this verse. The first opinion is from Al-Jalalain, which states that it was revealed specifically about a person named Al-Aknas ibn Shuraik. Al-Aknas ibn Shuraik was a hypocrite who would sit with the Prophet, listen to him, and say the best words, claiming that he loved Islam and loved the Prophet Muhammad and all that. But in reality, he harbored hatred for the Prophet and Islam within himself. One day, he burned the crops of the Muslims, destroyed their livestock, and killed their animals. This is the reason. The second reason. Al-Qurtubi says that it was revealed generally for everyone who conceals disbelief, hypocrisy, and lies, saying, "And bearing witness by God." And here, who is speaking, God or the Prophet? I want to say that there is a significant issue in the transmission and continuity from the companions, the followers, and the followers of the followers, and those who came after them, because, the Quran itself mentioned that there were some companions who were liars, and they were thousands. Not everything that is said or transmitted by Al-Jalalain, Al-Qurtubi, Ibn Kathir, Al-Zamakhshari, or Al-Tabari, or any of them, about the companions and the followers is correct. It is not correct at all. I will give you an example. From someone I respect greatly, Rashid bin Isa, who is a very respectable Algerian researcher, or thinker. What makes us today unable to read what our ancestors dared to write 12 centuries ago?
So, something happened between those centuries, an undue glorification. All the prophets had their clouds of followers, both good and bad. And beyond that, take for example our masters Moses and Aaron, both prophets, and when he went to bring the tablets, they made a calf while they were watching, and he grabbed his beard, don't say his beard, and so on. And I was not a novelty among my messengers, and the Quran bears witness that the companions were liars. May Allah forgive you. Why did you permit them until you knew those who were truthful and knew the liars? Liars is a Quranic word. Indeed, those who brought forth the falsehood were not from the jinn, but a group among you, even the leader, of the disbelievers and hypocrites.
When Umar said, they looked and said, "Do you want it to be said that Muhammad kills his companions? And if he turns away," here the context continues. Pay attention, it says, "And among the people is he whose speech pleases you." And then in 205, "And if he turns away, the one whose speech pleases you, that's the hypocrite, if he turns away." Or if he turns away, he strives throughout the land to cause corruption therein and destroy crops and progeny. And Allah does not like corruption. Very good. The question here is whether a person has the ability to destroy crops on their own, or is this destruction something that only Allah can do? And if it is said to him, "Fear Allah," this same hypocritical person, if it is said to him, "Fear Allah," pride in sin seizes him. Hell is sufficient for him, and what a terrible resting place it is. The context is flowing, because after a while, we'll find that the context is interrupted and starts with something else. I've been saying since then that the context is flowing, so pay attention here to what is being said. It says it was said to him, and it was said is in the passive voice. Good, who is it that said? To him. I mean, was it actually said to him or not? When it is said to him, fear Allah, pride in sin takes hold of him, is it good? So, was it actually said to him or not? If it was said to him, who was it that said it? Verse 207 says, and of the people is he who sells himself, seeking the pleasure of Allah. And Allah is kind to his servants. Ibn Kathir mentions that this verse was specifically revealed about Suhaib the Roman when he embraced Islam and wanted to emigrate, but they prevented him. The people of Mecca, meaning they prevented him from emigrating with his money. They said to him, do you want to emigrate? Yes, emigrate, but leave your money. So, to please Allah, he left his money and emigrated. When the Prophet learned about this story, he said, Suhaib has profited, Suhaib has profited, exactly in those words. Here, the Muslim doesn't have a question or anything. Here it says, O you who have believed, enter into Islam completely. It is completely unrelated to what came before, entirely new. Pay attention, we are at verse 208. Verse 208 has no connection to what preceded it. From which verse? I'll tell you why. What will clarify for us are the questions about the revelation. It says, O you who have believed, enter into Islam completely and do not follow the footsteps of Satan. Indeed, he is to you a clear enemy. Here, the reason for the revelation of the phrase, do not follow the footsteps of Satan, is that the Jews, Abdullah bin Salam and his companions, wanted to conclude their nights, meaning the hours of their night, with the Torah. They wanted to seek permission to use the Torah for night prayers on their sacred Sabbath. Of course, take note, this verse was revealed. This is mentioned by Jalal al-Din al-Suyuti on page 40. So, is the command enter into Islam completely, and do not follow the footsteps of Satan, from God to the believers, or from the Prophet to the believers? If you slip, note, it's not if they slip, but if you slip after what has come to you. You slipped, it came to you. Very well, then know that Allah is mighty, wise. Very well, here, too, there's a present pronoun like the previous one, yes. Like do not follow the footsteps of Satan, here you slipped, it came to you. Very well, good. Here too, with the present pronoun. Now, is the address directly from Allah to the believers, or from the Prophet Muhammad to the believers? That's a question. Do they await aught but that Allah should come to them in canopies of clouds and the angels, and the matter be decided? And to Allah are all matters returned. Here is a very big problem in this verse because it embodies God in an inevitable way. Let me first tell you, does the word await use the third-person pronoun weary? They await. Very well, Al-Jalalain says it is not Allah who comes to them. The verse itself says, are they waiting for anything other than Allah to come to them? Al-Jalalain says no, it is not Allah who comes to them, but rather the command of Allah. Because if Allah were to come in layers of clouds with angels around him, after the clouds, meaning a layer of Allah, surrounded by a layer of clouds, and around the clouds, a layer of angels, he says. No, Al-Jalalain says no, what is coming is the command of Allah, not Allah. Ibn Kathir says there is an issue regarding the matter and the command, and to Allah all matters return. He says that Abu Hurairah narrated from the Prophet what is called the Hadith of the Trumpet. The Hadith of the Trumpet, in which it is said that people will seek intercession with their Lord through the prophets, one by one. Each prophet will take his people and go to Allah, and the prophet will ask for intercession for his people. So, our Lord grants intercession until we come to the Prophet Muhammad, and they will say to him, intercede, and he will say, I am for it, and he will take his people. The Muslims, and go to the throne. He prostrates under the throne of Allah, and intercedes for the people with Allah, and Allah grants intercession. That's fine, that's not the problem. Pay attention to what's coming. Then Allah comes with the Prophet Muhammad and his people. Pay attention to this cinematic depiction. Narrated by Abu Hurairah in the Hadith of the Trumpet about the Prophet Muhammad. Allah comes in shades of clouds after the sky has split open and the angels descend from it. Then those who carry the throne, then the Almighty. Then our Lord descends. So, first, the sky splits open. Second, the angels descend. Third, those who carry the throne descend. Fourth, the Almighty descends. That's how it is. If you refer back to the Hadith of the Trumpet about the Prophet, you'll find it says this very clearly. Then the Almighty, who is Allah, descends. How? In shades of clouds. Surrounded by clouds, meaning they couldn't see him clearly, and the angels are within the clouds. There's a layer of clouds and a layer of angels. All right then, and they glorify. The angels glorify, saying, Glory be like the kingdom and the dominion, glory be like the might and the power, glory be to the living who does not die, and many other things with rhyming. To save time, I only mentioned these, but you can refer to the Hadith of the Trumpet, where you'll find many such things, like scattered and dispersed, something like scattered and dispersed, which is very good. Here, Al-Qurtubi emerged amidst this crisis, saying that what Ibn Kathir is saying is impossible, or we regret. What Ibn Kathir says about God coming in shades of clouds surrounded by angels, and then the sky will open, and the angels will descend, and then the bearers of the throne. He said no, this talk is not correct. What doesn't work? Al-Qurtubi. He said that Ibn Abbas, whom Al-Qurtubi quoted, said that this verse is from the hidden matters. That cannot be interpreted. In truth, this verse involves anthropomorphism of God. And this is the truth because it says, are they waiting for anything except that God comes to them in canopies of clouds? How will you interpret it as the command of God? For the sake of argument, we'll consider it as the command of God, not God himself coming in canopies of clouds with the angels around him. And what about, and your Lord comes with the angels, rank upon rank? What will you do with that? And the throne of your Lord will be carried above them by 8 on that day, which is in Al-Haqqa 17. What will you do with that? The throne of your Lord will be carried above them by 8. 3 verses I'm telling you about. Are they waiting for anything except that God comes to them in a canopy of clouds? Meaning God will come to them. God in canopies of clouds and the angels, that's 1, 2, and your Lord comes with the angels, rank upon rank. What do you make of this? And the throne of your Lord will be carried above them by 8 on that day. What do you do with this? All of this is anthropomorphism of God in the verses, and therefore it was better for the believers and the scholars to say, we do not know, God knows best, and this does not affect anyone in any way. Simply put, in any case. 2:11 Of course, what were we talking about? About O you who have believed, enter into Islam completely. 208 If you slip after clear proofs have come to you, what are they waiting for? Except that Allah comes to them in shades of clouds. Sweet. After that 211 these 3 verses have a connection. Of course, I don't want to talk too much. 2:11 they have no relation to what precedes them at all. Ask the children of Israel. We were initially talking about who, starting from 2028, O you who have believed, enter into Islam completely. Good. After that, 211, ask the children of Israel is something entirely new, a completely new topic. We will also look at the reasons for revelation together. To understand the story. 8. Very good. Israel, as we gave them a clear sign, and whoever changes the favor of Allah, after it has come to him, then indeed, Allah is severe in punishment. All right, very good. Here, Allah commands the Prophet to ask the children of Israel, all right? How many signs did they see with Moses? And how he parted the sea with his staff and struck the stone with his staff, meaning it turned into a serpent or a snake or whatever, you see. And all those signs that Moses showed them, they turned away from. They did not give them the reverence and sanctity they deserved, meaning they did not believe in the signs that Moses brought, and they denied Allah's blessing. Here, Ibn Kathir says that they denied Allah's blessing, which is Islam in any case. So, this is a new topic, a shift. That has nothing to do with what came before at all. All right, here. 212. He says, pay attention here. The life of this world is made to seem fair to those who disbelieve, and they mock those who believe. But those who fear Allah will be above them on the day of resurrection. And Allah provides for whom He wills without account. A new question to the children of Israel. And then made fair to those who disbelieve. Do you know who made it fair for them? These, dear sir, are the leaders of Quraysh, the disbelievers of Quraysh, I mean. Pay attention, the question to the children of Israel, made fair to those who disbelieve, refers to the leaders of Quraysh or the disbelievers of Quraysh. It doesn't involve the Jews, the children of Israel. This is also new, meaning 2211 is something, 212 is something else. Completely final, he says here. That Al-Qurtubi says, that which is. Those who disbelieve are the leaders of Quraysh. This is what Al-Qurtubi says, not me. So, the matter has nothing to do with the children of Israel at all. Now, the word made fair is in the passive voice. Who made it fair then? God or Satan? Who made it fair? He says made fair is a verb in the passive voice, so we don't know who made it fair. Who made it fair? Al-Qurtubi says there are two opinions on this matter. One opinion is that it was God who made it fair. The second opinion says it was Satan through whispering and temptation. We don't really know who made it fair because the verb is in the passive voice. Was it God or Satan? We don't know. Now, pay attention because we have two verses here. I'm not sure how much time we have left, but we'll try to cover verses 13 and 14 as quickly as possible. Verse 213 is a completely new topic. Pay attention. Here the question to the children of Israel is one topic. Those who disbelieved being made fair is another topic, and mankind was one community is a completely different topic, a new one entirely unrelated to the previous ones. So, from verse 204 to 214, we have 10 verses with 5 topics that have no connection whatsoever. Now, why is that? It was verse 213. Mankind was one community. Then God sent the prophets as bringers of good tidings and warners, and he sent down with them the scripture in truth to judge between them concerning that over which they differed. And none differed therein except those who were given it after clear proofs had come to them, out of jealous animosity between themselves. So God, with his permission, guides whom he wills to the straight path. In this verse, if you read carefully, you'll find about 14 pronouns referring to them, and about them, meaning the intended people, which is mankind. It was mankind as one community, and about God. I'll count them for you, so stay with me, and focus with me. 1. It was mankind. We're talking about mankind. So when you talk about someone, you say so-and-so was, meaning they are not present. That's an absent pronoun. It was mankind as one community, so he sent. The act of sending is from God, so God sent the prophets. 2. That's an absent pronoun. He sent. God is an absent pronoun. God sent the prophets as bringers of good news and warners, and he sent down. An absent pronoun, with them the book in truth to judge. He sent it down to judge, to judge between people in what they differed. 5. In what they differed, and none differed over it except those who were given it. 6. After clear proofs had come to them. 7. Out of envy among themselves. 8. So he guided, God. 9. Those who believed, in what they differed over. 10. In it. 11. What they differed over. It is 11. Of the truth by his permission. He is the spreader, and God guides. 13. Whom he wills to the straight path. You might find that I forgot something. I counted them as 15 in truth, but when I come to record and I'm busy with the computer and the camera and all that, I might make a mistake in the count a bit, but they are 15 absent pronouns in this verse in truth. Ibn Kathir says there is another reading. Why Abdullah? Which Abdullah? He didn't say. It might be Abdullah ibn Abbas, I don't really know, but that's what Ibn Kathir said. Refer back to Ibn Kathir in the explanation of the verse, not the interpretation of the verse. Refer to the scholar Ibn Kathir in the explanation of verse 213. From Surah Al-Baqarah, he will say that there is another reading with an added word called iktalafu, which did not appear in the verse we read here. He says, the people were one community, then they differed. This is what Ibn Kathir conveyed from Abdullah. It might be Abdullah ibn Marzud, it might be, I don't know. So here, the word then they differed is present in another reading of this verse. It's not just the people were one community, so Allah sent the prophets. No, it was the people were one community, then they differed, so Allah sent. Because he sent them after they differed, meaning this was a reading of this verse. Anyway, what does it say here? Al-Qurtubi says the word people has many interpretations. So here, what does it mean? Al-Qurtubi says people refers to, according to one opinion, Adam. Another opinion says it refers to Adam and Eve, and a third opinion says it refers to the children of Adam. A fourth opinion says it refers to humans from Adam to Noah. Keep in mind there are 4 interpretations for just one word. Who are the people the verse refers to? I'm quoting this from Al-Qurtubi. One opinion says people refers to Adam alone, another says Adam and Eve, a third says the children of Adam and Eve, and a fourth says it refers to people from Adam to Noah. It's perfectly clear here. So, what does one nation mean, according to Al-Qurtubi? We're still with Al-Qurtubi. One nation means it referred to a nation. United in Islam, meaning the people were one nation. United in Islam. That's one opinion. The second opinion says one nation in disbelief. Got it? So, there are 2 opinions regarding the concept of one nation. We know there are 4 opinions about the people, but for one nation, there are 2 opinions. One is that they were one nation united in Islam, and the second is that they were one nation in disbelief. Very well, in disbelief from whom? From Noah to Abraham. Got it? Right, so what does it say here? And he sent down with them the book in truth to judge between the people. Which book is meant to judge here? Or who exactly is meant to judge? Because what does it say here? Pay attention, this part personally confused me. It caused me some confusion. So here, my friend, it says, mankind was one community. Then Allah sent the prophets as bringers of good tidings and warners, and sent down with them the book in truth, to judge between the people concerning that in which they differed. Good, very good. That is, concerning what people differed in, what they disagreed upon. Very good. Who is it that judges here? Is it Allah, the Prophet, or the book? Allah sent the prophets with the book. Notice that he sent the prophets, but it doesn't say with the books, it says with the book. So Allah sent the prophets as bringers of good tidings and warners, and sent down with them the book. Here then, who is it that will judge? Is it Allah, the Prophet, or the book? Notice, there is an opinion mentioned by Al-Qurtubi. We are still discussing Al-Qurtubi's interpretation. There is an opinion that says the word book refers to the Torah, which is fine. And there is another opinion that says no, each prophet will judge with the book that is with him. This second opinion is also perfectly fine. There is a third opinion that says neither of those. It is Allah who will judge. I believe this is what we will conclude with. This is something entirely new, as we have now finished discussing 213, which talked about this being one nation. So, 2 prophets were sent among them, and the prophets will judge with the book, and the book is the Torah. No, not the Torah. Each prophet will judge. So, what is new in the final part, 214, is that it says, or do you think that you will enter paradise? And there has not yet come to you the like of that which came to those who passed on before you. Poverty and hardship touched them, and they were shaken until the messenger and those who believed with him said, when is the help of Allah? Unquestionably, the help of Allah is near. Here we speak 3 times in the present tense. I will count them for you as well. Or did you think? Not did they think, mind you. The previous verse was entirely in the third person, 15 or 13 times, all right? Or did you think? Notice the shift to addressing you directly. Not did they think they would enter, but did you think you would enter? Very good. Here. And when it has not yet come to you, these 3, like those who passed away before you, 4 times. In the present tense, meaning someone is speaking to someone else in the present tense. Very good. What is the reason for the revelation here? The reason for the revelation, as Al-Qurtubi tells us, is that it was revealed during the Battle of the Trench. We completely left verse 213 and went to the Battle of the Trench, a completely different topic. It was revealed during the Battle of the Trench when the Muslims were afflicted with hardship, difficulty, and poor living conditions. It was revealed in a battle far removed from the previous verse. Another opinion suggests that it was revealed to console the emigrants and soothe their hearts when they left their wealth, homes, and all of that to the polytheists. What does that mean? It means for the sake of pleasing God, they gave up everything in order to win their religion and Islam, and they emigrated with nothing at all, leaving everything behind. So here, you are talking about 10 verses from 204 to 214 containing 5 topics that are completely unrelated to each other. Neither in the context of revelation, nor in the audience addressed by the verses, nor in the one being addressed by the verses, nor in anything at all. See you next Friday.